Hello, chat. I would like chat to understand that I am still mildly ill. Okay. So, any coughing or sniffling or whatever, not that. That is the purpose. Hello Ice Devil, hello Dragon, Spectral, Alexa, Double JP, Frizzy Lame, Skeletal Cypress, Keyless, Karim, Swiss, Dabi Solos, true? Chapter was so bad it gave you a terminal illness, yeah. No, I got sick on Monday. So it's been a while. How's everyone doing today, alright? Did you guys enjoy the chapter? Did you guys have fun? Only 5 pages. It's a little facetious. Hello Finn, hello Devil's Arrow. You actually drew Bakugo versus Getten? Pog. Better than most of this arc, well. It's probably not hard, right? Flashbacks that explain the cliffhanger are back, baby. Let's go. Good afternoon, dog man. Oh my god, Ocean has actually made it to his stream as soon as I went live? No way, dude. How's it going, man? Dabi is unironically a top 15 most powerful person in the verse. Yeah, I'm top 14 though, so it's whatever. Hello, Tempo Sparks. Donkey Kong, let's go. Man, this is the first week this year where I just didn't do anything video related. It was fire, dude. I just sat there. I played Darkest Dungeon 2. It's chilling, dude. Conky dog, let's go. Pretty good jump is actually the fucking mud. Yeah, I know. That's why I don't read jump, bro. Ocean man, I'm curious, what do you think of the new JJK chapter? Because I know you like JJK more than I do, so I'm wondering if you think it's a better chapter. Opinions on Mario movie? The original one? You know, like the live action one? Oh, that was fucking fire, dude. Don't play with me, I'll hop on VC right now. Alright, do it then. Get ready for a 4-hour stream, gang. Dude, this Donkey Kong shit goes hard. Hello, Ghost Live. You're in the middle of a presidential selection right now? Oh my goodness. They should elect me. I'm based in Dredgepill. Do not challenge me, Ocean Man says. I'm calling him right now, hang on.
Hey.
Hey, man.
Hey, what's up?
I don't know if you heard the disclaimer at the start. I have been ill for like a week, so.
Oh damn! I'm sorry to hear that, man.
Yeah.
Get well soon.
If you hear the coughing and sniffling, that's what's going on.
That's okay. I sound like a corpse all the time, so we'll fit right in together.
See, you know it's gonna be a good one when Ocean Man hops on stream within fucking 5 minutes.
Hey, I'm not gonna be there for too long. I have I have like 7 different Monster Hunter related things that I still need to do, and it is
Of course.
10:30 at night here. So, I torture myself.
Of course. Yeah, what'd you think of the JJK chapter, man?
Hey, I mean that Sir Giga Akutami really does want to end this series like tomorrow. It's crazy. It's insane.
Oh, man, it's been really funny, or I guess I should say interesting, but also funny to see like the JJK Twitter space go through the exact same thing we did in like 327.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, like, whenever I used to make like videos about MHA, and I would be like, "Oh no, I'm so disappointed."
Yeah.
About it, I get people be like, "Bro, why did you even like hope for anything better? This is Shonen. It always does this."
Yeah.
And my default answer to it was always, "No, you gotta hope for better." But no, actually,
Maybe
now
they were
that I have
right,
a little
man.
more distance. Yeah, they might have been spitting. They might have actually been spitting.
They might have been onto something, man.
Yeah, because I mean, that chapter was fine, but I don't know, man. It really feels like this whole manga shit is kind of over.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I feel like you might think it was fine because you're disconnected now, you know what I mean? I feel like if this was like a year ago, you probably would have been like, oh, this is whack. What are they doing? What's going on?
I don't know, because with JJK, I was never into it the way I was with My Hero, so I've always been more forgiving.
That's fair. Yes, yeah, same. Kind of, anyway.
Yeah.
I mean,
like with JJK, I got into it, and it caught me by surprise how good it was.
yeah.
Whereas with My Hero, I went into it loving it immediately.
Yeah.
And so I automatically held it to a much higher standard, one that Hori has fucking buried twice over now. But
Yeah, for context for the people who are asking in chat, JJK dropped its 327 equivalent to where there's like no, how do I put it?
We set up the final fight as a distant event last chapter, and this chapter we skipped to it.
Yeah, and all the emotional stuff that people wanted to see and like characters reacting to things around them didn't happen, and people are very upset.
Yeah, we even had our own version of Shiggy not caring about Twice dying.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. It's rough out here.
I'm seeing the same exact arguments, dude. Like, oh, dude, they'll get to it later, and then like I'm sitting there thinking, like, damn, will they though? Like, really though? I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. Like, Gege is even more adamant about the fact that he'll end this shit. Soon. So
see, this is the new Jump, right? This is the new Jump where every manga is going to like end as fast as possible. I can't speak for Demon Slayer, so I don't know if it ended like that, but like,
I think Demon Slayer had a decent run.
Yeah.
I mean, the epilogue chapter, I know a lot of people dislike. But the actual like arcs and stuff were fine, I think.
I haven't read Demon Slayer. I've only watched it. But like MHA and JJK are setting the precedent for Jump to just like just to like end the story instantly. And
yeah,
I do think I was thinking about this while I was sick, so I had nothing else to do.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like with hindsight, we can safely say that Hori wasn't rushing to the ending or to end the story. I think Hori was rushing to the final arc. You know what I mean? Because of all this stuff that he wanted to do, and all of it sucks.
Yeah, no, I can see that.
Yeah.
It really puts Jump into an interesting position for the inevitable and soon approaching end of One Piece.
Yeah.
Because like the industry might actually not recover from that, at least not for a while, because like manga in the West is still very much dominated by Shonen and by like the TikTok hype machine of like, oh, here's this new webtoons or manga where this one guy can like beat everyone.
Yeah.
How I got reincarnated into someone who can beat Goku, right?
Yo, that one's fire though.
Yeah, but the problem is like once One Piece is gone, I don't know how that's gonna sustain itself.
Yeah, I don't know. What do they got right now? They got Mashal.
Oh god, don't talk to me about Mashal.
They got Mashal, Blue Box.
They got Black Clover.
Yeah, that'll be over soon too.
Oh shit, yeah. They got Chainsaw Man, which isn't in a printed magazine.
Oh, Mashal is ending soon? Okay, never mind. This shit's done.
Yeah, I mean, Mashal is also terrible. Has been for a
I
long time now.
I read chapter 1 and I don't know, I was just kind of bored.
Mashal was really funny until it suddenly decided not to be. It's wild.
Undead Unlock?
Like, Undead Unlock's really good. The last few chapters have definitely felt like word salad to me, but it's pretty good generally.
Somebody's asking, are you gonna do any more of those arc retrospectives with your friend eventually?
Oh, with Ian?
I'm
God.
assuming no.
We were planning to do more, but then like my personal life happened. Also, why, Shonen and Chill has been really irregular. So
Chat.
no, it's not really in the cards currently.
Chat, just believe me when I say, okay? Everyone must be seated for Act 3 of the retrospective when it comes out, because that will be the final piece of Ocean Man MHA content ever, okay?
Well, that
everyone has to be there.
Actually, no, the final piece of MHA content is going to be when MHA ends. I'm going to at every single person who was ever mean to me about MHA, and I'm going to write a personalized, like, hate letter to them.
We will be seated.
Yes. No, it's wild, that whole thing where like, oh, the MHA fandom isn't that bad, it's every fandom gets bad. Yeah. No. The MHA fandom is uniquely terrible.
See, okay, like, I do agree that every fandom sucks, but I do, I don't know. MHA is pretty fucking bad, though. Like,
it's because it has the worst parts of every community. It has the dumb power scaling nerds. It has the Twitter and Tumblr girlies who cannot fucking stand good writing. It has the dumb fucking TikTok like hype beasts. It has everything except fucking decent people. So, now that I'm a Monster Hunter, I can tell you, these people are fucking fire.
Waiting for the inevitable what went wrong with MHA video? Have you looked at my channel, bro? That's like the whole thing.
Yeah. I love how occasionally someone will at me at something. It'll just be like the monthly, or like, not monthly, I'm not that big anymore, but like the tri-monthly discourse started by someone rediscovering the arc that broke MHA video.
That video fucks, dude. That's a great video. You cooked.
I am so glad I went out on that one.
Yeah, that was a great one. After season 7, MHA fandom will be gone. I don't think that's true.
I mean, honestly, once MHA is over, we're gonna start seeing a lot of like revisionist content.
So fucking true. I mean, they already do with Villain Hunt because the anime looked good, right? Good in quotation marks.
I have actually not watched a single episode of season 6.
That's a good thing. You would be very disappointed. Not even because of the content, but because of the adaptation.
Yeah. I believe it. I mean, that Bones bag is gone. Has been gone for years at this point.
The Asa and Oceanus subscribers are like the only decent people here. I agree, and there's absolutely no bias whatsoever, by the way.
Half my subscribers are still very confused with what I'm doing. I'm pretty sure there's still a few people who are just holding out hope that
they're like, damn, dude, he must be cooking one up, dude. This could be fire. It's been so long.
Dude, I'm cooking up some shit, alright, but nothing to do with mid-hero. But yeah, it is what it is.
I'm currently at the point, and chat is pretty much aware of this, I think, is that I do not have the drive to make any more MHA videos. I'm obviously still going to do the streams because I feel like this has become kind of like a cornerstone almost of the shit that I do now.
Mm-hmm.
But MHA videos for like the time being, unless something pisses me off really bad again, which is possible.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I'm just not interested in it right now.
Mm-hmm.
My Iron Bite video was the last one for a while. Oh, by the way, oh my god, dude, I forgot to tell you.
Huh?
Manga Man Drew made a video response to my Iron Bite video.
Manga Man Drew, is that the guy who has never said anything besides my hero defense?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I assume it was more of his usual stuff.
I haven't watched it. I was gonna watch it on stream.
Oh god, I need to bow out before that. I might actually die if I see more MHA discourse by anyone besides you. Like the way I check out like the new chapter leaks, is I just go on your account and see what you're doing and what you're saying about it, because I don't have the patience for anyone else.
What if I don't say anything, which I sometimes don't?
Then I just assumed the chapter was uneventful, not even bad enough to, get the certified ASA reaction.
You just assume that maybe MHA was on break this week.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I'm so plugged out of all of this. Like,
Yeah.
I don't even notice when the chapters come out anymore because I have muted everything MHA related.
Dude, it's so funny now. You've joined the ranks of all the people who experience My Hero Academia through my streams now.
Yeah, pretty much.
I get the number grows.
I get VIP tickets though. I get to actually be here and snuggle up to you.
That's true.
Yeah. Speaking of, I'm assuming you promised these people like some actual MHA content and not just us fondling each other and exploring each other's bodies.
I mean, they love it too. They love that. I mean, that's what they come here for.
Oh, brother, they don't love it half as much as I do.
Large if factual.
Large and factual, like something else. I'm sorry. When I take a sip from my comically oversized bottle.
Man, it's been 17 minutes. We're 17 minutes into the stream and this has already started.
Well, isn't the chapter this week like 2 pages long anyway?
Yeah, so it's 11 pages, and I think 5 or 6 of those, I forget, are recapping how we got to the cliffhanger. So, it's usual Act 3 stuff.
Okay, but I mean, to be fair, this is post-Golden Week, so it happens.
Yeah, true. Something that kind of, like, rubbed me the wrong way. What? I don't know. Something that kind of rubs me the wrong way now, I guess I should say, is when Hori drops, like, a chapter with, like 2 panels, and then Jump announces that he's doing a color page too. That pisses me off, dude. It's like, are you serious, man? And then another thing that rubs me the wrong way is when everyone gets like, oh my god, a color page, that's so exciting. I'm like, damn, dude. This guy's like dead.
Yeah. So I'm assuming he's having a color page next week.
Yep, he sure is.
Oh god.
And, okay, here are the 2 paths that this could take, right? He can either kill himself to draw a color page, or another one can come from his personal files, like the Hagakure one. And there's no winning here. There's no winning.
Yeah. Imagine you just post, like, full-on Mirko porn. It's just, like, her fucking bun pussy getting destroyed. Like... No, I do feel like Hori is such a cautionary tale for, like, Jump mangaka, because looking back at like early interviews, you can see that he's the exact kind of person who would just do this, right? Someone who is so passionate and so like self-destructive in that passion, and also so scarred from his previous cancellations. Yeah, I mean it's hard to really form like a big overarching opinion on it, because I do really genuinely feel bad for the guy.
Yeah.
He also pisses me off, but
oh my god, so much, dude, it's crazy.
Anyway, I'm assuming you wanted to look at this chapter with the folks.
Yeah, I guess.
All right. You even have a secondary voice actor today, though.
That's true. That's true. Do you wanna do the alternating page thing again?
Yeah, sure.
All right.
Let me pull up the chapter Rooney.
All right. I think I did 1, 3, 5, etc. Do you want to do one or odd pages this time?
Yes, and also for page 1, I'm already seeing an art mistake.
Oh yeah.
That's great. Yeah, in the speech bubble it says they sabotage the system's foundation. I don't know where you're reading it, so maybe you can't see it, but you can actually see the border of the panel that's supposed to be partially covered.
Oh, I do see it.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even notice that.
I mean, it's, it doesn't affect anything. It's just kind of funny.
Yeah. Okay, well, I'm already going to update the counter because this is a flashback chapter. It's going to 12. There we go. All right. All right. Whenever you're ready, Mr. Ocean Man.
So I'm doing the first one.
Yeah.
Okay. Wait, this is Kendo speaking.
I think so, yeah.
No, I'm not going to do a woman voice. I'm not doing this shit. They sabotage the system's foundation. There's no hope of reactivating this thing.
Oh, nice. I got the white page, bro. Let's go.
You got the white page?
I
What?
got the white
White?
page,
Like
dude.
you're supremacist? What? No.
Shut the fuck up.
Hori.
All right.
So am I the next one? Or
Yeah, you're the
what?
next one too. You got to read all this dialogue. We're on.
Nice. Okay. Everyone out, starting with the kids and old folks. This way leads to the surface. Once you're up top, the UA robots can support you. Mount the robots and give them directions. What a downpour. Hang on tight. Remain calm. We have more than enough robots for everyone. Above all else, don't turn back. Don't even look back.
So it's interesting that you mount the robots. They're like taxis, huh?
Yeah, seems like. I mean, I'm glad that the robots are around. Honestly, I've always thought they were such a funny little thing.
Yeah.
Don't know how much. Again, I'm so plugged out of this. Like, there's Death Arms helping out. That's pretty cool.
Let's go.
It's all right.
Dude.
Yeah. So you can get the next one.
Yeah, I like the top panel and how it's like, he's an iPad kid. You see that? He's got his iPad in like a life or death situation.
Oh yeah.
Fingers sticky as fuck, drooling.
Nice.
Don't stare at Dabi. There's no time to lose. We can't stick around here. Jesus, Dabi is fucking insane. And what's additionally insane, dude, it still bothers me that for some reason the like civilian transport thing went under Gunga, or like beside Gunga. Like why?
Yeah, that does seem kind of
And
stupid.
I understand why, right? Because they needed the Todorokis to be there. But like, Jesus Christ, it's so silly.
Like, no, of course we have to build the civilian shelter at this extremely dangerous part. You don't get it.
It's for the plot, guys. Come on.
Yeah, get with the system.
Although
It's like,
the art on this next page is very good, though.
what, with Ray?
Yeah.
Yeah, very good. Very, very sort of peak Horikoshi stuff. Hop aboard. Mom, what are you doing? Look after your sister, Natsu. You fucking idiot. Hasn't done anything in the story.
Please, take me to the epicenter. We exist to serve humans' desires.
And then that's actually cool.
Yeah, and then like half of the page is just, I wonder if this is an artistic choice or if this is like an I'm tired choice. Like half of the page is being like a black gradient, you know?
I think this is one of those cases where it's just both.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. The next page is me just saying, Toya.
Toya. Oh,
Toya.
okay, so page 7, we finally caught up to what we already knew.
Yeah.
Here we go.
11-page chapter, by the way.
Yeah. No, why are you here? Dabi's sizzling. Are you trying to cool him down, Ray? You must have coated yourself in a layer of ice to get even this close. Get away now, or you'll burn to death. You mean the way you and Toya are about to die? Dude, Endeavor's face is fucking peeling off.
Yeah, that's actually gnarly. That's so cool. Oh, nice. I get Dabi.
Oh, sweet, dude.
Wait, I mean... Oh, Toya, I'm sorry. Oh god, more. I don't know how well this comes through on stream. I hope it does.
It is incredible, okay?
Hey, I do my best.
So one complaint that I've already seen, and I am curious what you think, is this is now the second villain in this arc that has been like mentally dumbed down during their like final their big confrontation, you know, like Spinner and now Dabi. Now,
yeah,
I would say Spinner is far worse, and I think you understand why. Now,
yeah, because he has more to say, really.
He's got more to say, and also he was dumbed down because he wasn't, like, he shouldn't have been able to fight back against the, you know, just wait for oppressors to stop oppressing you rhetoric.
Yeah.
Dabi, I'm not sure how I feel about personally.
I mean, I feel like the moment we started the whole thing with him like walking after he's been defeated, this was kind of inevitable. Yeah. But now you mention it, it is pretty curious that the way Hori gets around the missing characterization and plot lines is to just make everyone a dumb, mindless monster, so they don't have anything to contribute. It is kind of annoying.
And I think I also saw someone was kind of scared of that happening to Toga, considering that she's going through, like, her mental breakdown arc or whatever. Because she can't
Yeah.
use twice as quirk, like, as well as twice could or whatever. I guess we'll see.
My man Hori is on, like, new levels of bigotry. He's using mental health to, like, devalue his characters so he doesn't have to write their arcs. That's my mangaka right there.
And, like, the only one who actually gets to talk is All For One, who kind of doesn't stand for anything,
Yeah. In a way, All For One really is the best possible final villain for this arc. Because he's really eponymous with it. He means nothing. He's just kind of a bunch of keys jingling.
Dude, it's kind of crazy that this was the same guy who wrote that Shigaraki speech in PLW when he was like, that's what makes us heroes and villains.
Yeah.
And then Endeavor was like, okay, and then he starts punching him.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. I think Dabi is less egregious than Spinner.
I agree.
To answer your question. And also Dabi's whole thing is giving us some of the coolest Dabi art we've had. Like, he just looks so funny.
Oh, I didn't ask. How did you feel about Dabi having ice?
Oh, I hate it because it confirms a lot of theories made by a lot of very annoying people. But at the same time, it's sort of like, you know what? Whatever. Like, we've gotten this far. The Todoroki subplot, I don't believe in it anymore. I don't think it's gonna end on a high note.
Yeah.
So, like, just do whatever at this point. To keep Dabi around, because I like Dabi. I like what he brings to the story.
I think Dabi Ice is just flat out better than him being so angry he's alive. And also, at the same time, I think Dabi Ice is silly and goofy. But in the final war arc, on, like, the scale of silly goofy, it's not that high. You know what I mean?
No. Yeah. I think it introduces an interesting element and makes Endeavor even worse.
Yeah.
In that, he had what he wanted and he was just too impatient and stupid to see it.
Yeah.
So I do like it from that perspective. I just think, it's another one. It's just keys jingling again, right? It's just, oh, look, it's hype. Look, it's something that, like, people have theorized about. Look at it. And it's like, man.
I felt like I was one of the only people kind of annoyed about the Getten and Ray connection, because it's just one of those things that, like, I'm not gonna say it wasn't foreshadowed, but people seem to think that foreshadowing is the only way to tell a story, and I think that having everyone be related is just making your world smaller, and I think MHA's world has gotten significantly smaller in Act 3.
It's the Star Wars problem.
Yeah.
It's the problem where if everyone's related to everyone, then your universe is just a hive of incest and coincidence. And, that's not, it's not particularly satisfying or thing, because the way this all started is naturally, going back to, like, Shakespearean plays where, like, oh, I am your dad, or oh, I'm your brother, and then of course absolutely blown into the stratosphere with Star Wars. But the thing that makes those moments cool is that they are kind of unique in the story that they were originally in. They are, a collapsing of the good and evil binary. This serves no purpose, like with Getten. So I agree, it's kind of whatever. Yeah. It's just keys jingling. It's just oh, look, this is a cool little thing.
I love using that term for stuff like how in the Bakugo Rising chapter, when Hori's like, oh, look, Deku's arms, look, don't you guys remember that if he uses 100% again, he's gonna lose his arms? Guys, what's he doing? Guys, what's he doing? That's the embodiment of the keys jingling shit.
Yeah.
Just for him to go, nah, never mind.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I think Hori has also become somewhat aware of the fact that he can get away with a lot of shit as long as he pretends he foreshadowed it. So he just pretends something happened that set this up. That's why we're having so many flashbacks.
Mr. Onesmart, he says Endeavor isn't actually made worse. Dabi hurt himself in his own impatience. Dabi was 12.
Also, hi, Onesmart. Anyway, moving on. I know your game, Onesmart.
Dabi was already unstable. Dabi was 12.
I was unstable as a 12-year-old. I was fucking nuts as a 12-year-old, man. I wouldn't say or do half the shit I did when I was 12.
AFO taking over Shigaraki was never foreshadowed as well. I mean, yeah, true. Why are we talking about that though? What happened? What are you guys talking about in chat? Like, whatever. That art is fucking insane though. On page 10, like that first panel.
Mm-hmm.
That is crazy.
But, Ray getting destroyed?
Yeah, and like looking back at Natsu, at Fuyumi coming through the fire.
God, yeah, Hori's so good at his series when he's not writing and just drawing.
Alright, hang on 1 second. Don't understand why Endeavor is responsible for Dabi. I mean, Dabi's burn marks were his own, and he tried to train himself. It wasn't Endeavor's fault. He discouraged Dabi to train for his well-being. So you either have to say you're joking within 60 seconds or you're banned, okay?
This is not a democracy. This is not free speech.
I'm just gonna give this guy 60 seconds.
Dictator Asa.
I was joking? Okay, you're good.
Let's go.
Anyway. Oh yeah, they're running. Pog.
Yeah.
No, don't. I can't take any more loss.
That's actually a cool line. I like it.
Yeah.
Toya, please don't take everyone down with you. I can't bear to lose anyone else. Then like panels of the kids, of the boys being boys, talking about boiling frogs or whatever. Cut it out already, man. Quit chasing trouble, you sorry excuse for a brother. Translators, stop using this term. No one talks like that. And then Endeavor thinks, if I blast off and add my own heat to the mix, Toya's body's gonna blow. Please, nobody else needs to die. I should be enough.
Damn. See, I've been so mixed on if Endeavor, like, should die. I don't know, because I feel like death shouldn't be atonement, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't know. And then he goes, aha, aha, he's laughing, and then the chapter ends, by the way, it's over.
I think you meant to say...
Oh yeah, my bad. See, none of that came through, actually.
Oh, really? I'm sorry.
I just heard, like... Fuck. I just heard, like, the trail end.
Well, I'm not gonna do it again, because it's actually gonna wreck me. I think Endeavor's the perfect way to end Endeavor's story is if he gets permanently crippled and loses the ability to use his quirk.
Yeah, probably, right.
I think that's the only way to tie this off that doesn't let him go off easy. Because if he dies, it's like, uh-oh, you got to, like, go out in a blaze of glory and never had to really deal with anything long-term. You know, it's the... Ironically, that would be the most standard shonen solution to it.
So, good chapter. I mean, for being 5 pages, it was good. I think it's quite funny that we're so happy that he stayed in one location for 2 chapters. It's very impressive.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I don't know. It was good. I'm assuming Shoto will be next chat. I swear to fucking God if we POV swap, dude.
The POV?
It's gonna be Aoyama, bro.
The Aoyama POV?
It's gonna be fire. The POV swap to Aoyama next chapter. Nobody is prepared.
It's just gonna be the Aoyama lore drop.
Talk about Iron Might? Oh yeah, it sucks.
Yeah. Iron Might is one of those things where, again, it's a cool moment, but that's kind of all it is. There's not much else to it.
How do you guys think the Todoroki supply will end? Will no one die? I mean, I feel like Dabi is already dead. You know what I mean? Like, he's finished.
Yeah. Unless they, like, chuck Eri at him like a grenade, he's done. Can you imagine that that's how, like, a lot of these subplots will end? Like, someone flies by in, like, a helicopter and, like, shoots Eri out of a gun. The plot gun.
The plot gun.
Yeah.
Dude, speaking of a rewind, I think it's obviously easy to say this with hindsight, But I think everything in Act 2 regarding quirks was probably a mistake at this point. Like, Future Sight, Rewind, quirk vestiges. I think all of this shit has ended up paying off not well.
I guess. I mean, they were cool in the moment, but in the long term, it's not that they haven't really paid off as much as Hori just hasn't done anything with them. I think honestly, you can pinpoint the exact moment Hori stopped trying as hard, or at least something changed in him, which is when he introduced quirk duplication.
Yeah.
I think that's the one where, like, even if you're like still really into the story, that one's just downright bizarre.
It's
like just
Dr. Garaki and AFO just fucking suck, dude.
Yeah. Or at the very least, like, you know, you have this very stringent power system, right? Or like everyone gets a quirk and you just have to cope with whatever you get. That's a fundamental rule of your world. And to break that rule should be a massive deal, as it is with All for One and One for All. They are treated as these godly powers because they break that rule. And then he's just like, by the way, Garaki can do that. Don't ask me how. Anyway, moving on.
He could just copy. Also, he can rework Rewind in a special fucking cave lab, and then he can make it so the bullet no longer only affects the quirk and actually rewinds All for One 200 years for some reason.
Dr. Garaki building a fucking quirk rebuild accelerator out of sticks, glue, and his own semen.
Oh, I don't know if you probably didn't see my tweet because you got MHA shit muted. I tweeted it on May 11th. It was a genuine question, just like last time when I tweeted a genuine question about All for One and Overhaul. But I tweeted it. I think I might be. I'd ask here because I'm just gonna put it on screen 1 second. I thought I'd ask here because I might be misremembering or misinterpreting something, but why does taking damage hasten All for One's rewind? Wouldn't that nullify infinite 100% from the overhaul arc? Is that just a weird translation or something? Because All for One Hawks explicitly, actually I don't know if it's Hawks or All for One, but they explicitly state all this damage is hastening the process.
Right.
But wasn't that the entire basis for infinite 100%?
What, that,
Deku was breaking
damaged
himself so that he would rewind the damage and not rewind himself.
Yeah, right. So their damage would slow down the rewind, but this time it's speeding it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what? I got nothing. Did anyone give you a useful answer? Because that does seem really weird.
So this one guy said Ares rewind got faster after Deku took damage too. That's not true, by the way. I posted Ares' power is getting... This is Deku explicitly stating Ares' power is getting stronger. Like he said, she doesn't know how to stop it. She's just fumbling around, just like I did when I first trained using One for All and couldn't get a handle on it. And this guy said it doesn't necessarily prove that the quirk isn't going faster. So I just said, okay, I mean, if the manga explicitly stating something doesn't mean anything to you, then the conversation's over. And then other people... the consensus was... Garaki changed the bullet. That's about it. Now, my question is, why would Garaki... Okay, so first of all, Garaki makes a bullet that kills All for One, that kills him faster if someone hits him.
Uh-huh.
I don't understand this manga anymore.
You see, I think Hori thought it would be funny to introduce, like, a time limit like this.
Yeah.
But then he didn't really commit to it, right? Like, this stuff is just weird.
I don't understand.
Yeah, me neither. But I think it's just one of those things where he wanted... I think what he wanted to do once he set up that time limit, he wanted all the damage that people were doing to All for One to matter, right? Like, he wanted there to be some sort of... Because if you say, okay, this guy's continuously rewinding, you kind of rewrite the rules of the battle. Because in a normal battle, you hit a guy, you're doing damage. That's good. You're contributing. Whereas here, that was put into question. So he sort of, I guess, wanted to bring it back to that ground base. But
I mean, I feel like it would have been interesting if they were trying to restrain him instead of trying to, like, traditionally beat his ass. You know?
Yeah.
Because until I guess I missed that line when I read the chapter, because that's what I thought they were doing. I thought Tokoyami was hitting him not to like hit him, but to hold him down with the fist on the ground, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
But I guess not.
No, that would be too smart. And we've abandoned strategy in this series a long time ago. Also, by the way, I was just looking at your channel. Congrats on 10K, bro.
Yeah, man. I hit 10,000 and I got sick.
That's what YouTube does it.
Yeah. They hit me
That's
with
what YouTube does to you.
They hit me with the sickness gun.
With the Garaki troll gun.
They hit me with the Garaki bullet, bro. Fuck.
That sounds actually fire, the Garaki bullet. Should have been a plot point.
Yeah, true. What was I gonna say? Oh, someone in the chat says, if damage hastens the process, it makes him rewinding his face back make even less sense because that was the biggest jump. Yeah, see, that's always bothered me, okay? How come when All For One first used the bullet, he rewound to when he had a face, like, instantly, right? That's like 6 years. He rewound 6 years in like a couple of seconds. And then he just kind of stops.
Yeah.
I just don't get it. I don't get this manga, dude. I don't know.
No, I mean, look, there's not much to get. Like, Hori wanted an excuse to show All For One's face.
Yeah.
And he had rushed to the final fight, and he didn't want to do, like, an All Might flashback arc.
Yeah.
So he needed a way to bring... he needed a way to give All For One, like, a character design.
Yeah.
And so this is what he came up with. Like, there really is... I don't think there's much beyond that.
Sleepy Wolf says, at this point... Oh, it got deleted.
Oh, why?
He said, at this point, I just want the arc to show Toga's feet. I'll be happy.
I saw someone say Ray Booba earlier while she's burning
that
alive.
was Bubba. Yeah, that was Bubba.
Yeah. I mean, word.
Is this Oceanus?
Hori...
No.
No. I'm Oceanus'
So
evil twin.
There's Oceanus, that's the MHA guy. This is Oceanus. This is the Monster Hunter guy.
Yes, I'm the guy who spends hours drawing the world map of Monster Hunter 7 times over.
Yeah. 2 different guys.
Wait,
I understand the confusion though.
Bro, let me send you my latest Monster Hunter map, bro.
Oh fuck yeah, dude.
It's probably actually gonna be too big for Discord.
Oh shit.
You know, if my PC doesn't fucking crap itself trying to send you. Oh no, never mind.
Hello, Luce. Ocean Riz.
Ocean Riz, yeah. There you go.
Damn, dude. Kind of going crazy. Oh, that's a little big.
It's a little fat, yeah.
Chat, this is the Monster Hunter World official, okay?
Official, yeah.
Yeah. This is official, by the way, chat.
Yeah, this is Capcom, sue me. Please don't. Just hire me instead.
Seriously, though. They should.
Hey. People comment that like every week at this point. I'm always like, thank you, but I have no control over that.
Yeah, I know. Oh yeah, friendly reminder that Bakugo's lifeless body is just like flying around somewhere right now.
He's like orbiting the fight.
Yeah, he's orbiting UA right now.
Yeah, he's just like flying around.
Meanwhile, Edshot is doing his heart surgery. This manga is so fucking stupid, dude.
Edshot's like, wow, this body is really flailing around. What are they doing?
Every time that I remember this, every time that I remember that Bakugo is a lifeless corpse just floating around somewhere and Edshot is doing open heart surgery, I think of how the mighty have fallen, dude. It's insane.
Oh, dude. It's so funny. It is actually just so fucking funny how easily you can like just make Act 3 look like a fucking joke. If you just like, not even by being like mean to it, you just like list the things that are currently going on and eventually you get to something really stupid and it's just like,
yeah,
this shit sucks.
The genius of Horikoshi. Bakugo is orbiting UA to represent him being Deku's satellite.
Anyway, I think I'm actually gonna dip and get some work done if that's all right.
No, it's not.
Okay, fuck you too, then. being the European here and being like polite and shit. And this fucking American.
Yeah, I'm trampling over your will just like an American would, just like a European would too. Okay, I learned it from you guys.
That's true. I mean, you guys are you guys took all the cruelty and nonsense that Europe was like defined by, and you turned it into a well-oiled machine. Like, kudos.
Yeah.
Hey, okay. I'm staring down an election over in Turkey.
Yeah.
Waiting to see if we're gonna if we're gonna keep. It's not looking good, man.
Is it not?
No, I was looking at the votings, and it's like the literal evil party. Like, literally, the dictator party is 51%. It's like, fuck.
Ooh, really? Jesus, fuck.
Yeah. Well, as long as they win with less than 50%, there'll be a second round.
Right.
If they win with more than 50%, it's over.
That's fucked up.
And
what's like the percentage counting?
Let me see. Okay. They the dictator party is at 49.9%.
Let's go, chat.
Yeah, and 89% of the votes have been counted.
89?
Yeah, 89%.
It's not looking good.
I mean,
that's tough.
Maybe he wins this first round, and then we can beat him in the second round. But at this point, I've given up hope. Like, I know, my mom has been saying, we need to get rid of this guy for as long as I've been alive.
Yeah. And
this time, fucking hell, the country has a 40% inflation rate. Every party built a coalition specifically to get rid of him. If that doesn't do it, nothing will. We're just doomed.
Yeah, that's not great.
Nah,
that's not great.
It is what it is, because it can never be what it is not.
Yeah.
Anyway, I was gonna leave, but then
we started talking about the terrible state of the world. Yeah, we should have a 2024 presidential election stream for the U.S.
What, between fascist and fascist?
Yeah.
Because who are you guys? You got Trump going again? Because
we got Trump going again. Yeah, sorry. I personally made that decision. I got a little silly though.
You had one too many Benadryl.
I had a granola bar made out of Benadryl, and I lost control.
Let's take ibuprofen together, brother.
Yeah.
Who else you got? You got that fucking Ron the Hitler guy.
Ron DeSantis,
right?
Yeah. Possibly worse than Trump, honestly, because they're
the Florida guy, right?
Yeah. They're ideologically the same, but Ron DeSantis is competent. Is the issue? You know what I mean?
Yeah, he's actually passing bills that would kill trans people and shit. Yeah.
Trump is just unhinged, not very smart. So that's that's the advantage he has in terms of harm reduction. But
yeah,
Ron DeSantis is unfortunately capable.
Yeah. Damn, yeah, it's not looking funny.
No, it's not.
Not funny. Did not laugh.
Did not guffaw.
Yeah. You can always come to Switzerland. We haven't had a political scandal since the Credit Suisse crisis.
Hey man.
Earlier this year.
I don't think Switzerland would let me in.
Why not, brother? I'll get you in.
Cause
I've
looked at I've looked at some of the the requirements for immigrating places, and they want you to be a lot of things that I'm not. Cause I'm a dude, I'm just a guy.
Yeah.
I just make YouTube videos.
Well, just marry someone in Switzerland.
Did you just propose me on stream?
That's kind of the reaction a lot of people have when I tell them about Switzerland. Nah, man, I can do something for you. I'm a guy in the army. I have a star on my uniform. I can do something.
I thought everyone in Switzerland was a guy in the army.
Well, yes, but I'm group leader at the very least.
Oh, you
I get
are?
to yell at. Yeah, I get to yell
Holy
at people
shit.
very occasionally. Oh,
Dude, you guys hear that? Ocean Man's got army clout.
Army clout. I'm known as the guy who will do anything to get out of serving. I'm pretty sure they gave me my I'm pretty sure they gave me my extra responsibilities out of spite.
Damn, that's tough.
Hey, just me and everyone else at this point.
Do
Like,
they
no
do?
one's.
Do they do that to immigrants too? Do immigrants have to serve as well?
Only if you become a Swiss citizen.
Fuck.
If you're just a resident with a permit, you can get a permanent permit. You don't need to be a
Okay.
citizen to stay here forever. And if you're just a foreigner with a permanent permit, you can't vote, but you also don't have to go to the army.
Okay.
Um, and if you become a citizen after 30, I think, you don't have to go to the army at all.
Oh, 5 more years, baby. Let's go.
Oh, let's go. Yeah. Yeah, I got... How many more years of service do I have?
You're
I have
4,
10
right?
more years of service.
Oh,
No, 10 more years
Oh,
of
that's because
service.
you're in the army already, right? So.
Yeah, I have to serve until I'm... No, wait, no. They changed it. No, I have to serve for another... When did I start? I started at 19. Oh, damn, I only need to do 4 or 5 more years, because I think you need 12 years of service.
That's kind of fucked
in
up.
total now. Yeah, and you know what's even more fucked up? If you have a disability and can't join the army, you don't have to, but you will for the rest of your life have to pay higher taxes to compensate.
Damn, that's not very cool, man.
No, it's just straight up be like, oh yeah, should have just not been disabled.
Wow.
It's awful. And I'm like in the medium tier of army because I wasn't fit for like armed combat.
Uh-huh.
And so I'm in a catastrophe recovery corps.
Uh-huh.
And because that's a lesser branch, as in to say one that doesn't use guns, or we have
Lesser
guns,
branch.
we own them, but we're not allowed to use them. We get we still have to pay slightly elevated taxes, and we get really ugly and gross uniforms that are pretty much meant to just be ugly and gross. Like that's their only
I
purpose.
don't get this, dude. What the fuck?
You build a nation based on like being mercenaries and ultra masculine like war heroes.
Yeah.
You get this shit. I mean, it used to be that if you wanted to be a surgeon or a lawyer, you had to have a military rank above officer.
Wow.
Yeah, like you were just straight up not like you. It wasn't a formal requirement, but you would just not get the job if you weren't.
Man.
And that has changed as recently as the 1980s, pretty much.
Hey, man, at least I don't get drafted in America, okay? That's the one benefit.
Hey, I mean, you guys abolished slavery like 100 years ago. There's still people alive here who were enslaved in Switzerland. Like you guys, when were women allowed to vote in the US?
Was it the 50s? I forget.
Yeah, when I was born, women were not yet allowed to vote in every province of Switzerland.
Damn, bro.
Yeah.
See, all right. Give America a lot of shit, of course, for a lot of things, and we deserve it. But America is, I think, ahead of the curve in some social issues. Not everything. Certainly not everything.
I think America is honest about what it is to a fault.
Yeah. Fair.
Like you guys are a horrifying hive of self-destructive maniacs.
Yeah.
But you've always done that very openly. Whereas the thing that everyone hates about Switzerland, like the Germans hate us for this, the French hate us for this, is the fact that we have some of the nastiest history in Europe, and we just pretend we don't. We just pretend we've always been neutral and kind and whatever.
I mean, it is kind of an open secret, a lot of the shit that America's done, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, I feel like most Americans are just like, oh yeah, we did that. Yeah, we know we did that.
Yeah. Whereas in Switzerland, it's still, like, it especially came up during, like, Corona times, because people were so resistant to the idea that Corona could even happen here. Because, like, we're Switzerland. Nothing bad will ever happen here. And that, like, crippled our response to it so badly.
Yeah.
Like, even leading doctors were like, oh, of course, nothing will happen. We have, top of the line, like, medical industry and whatnot. And it's just like, no. Like, sometimes... Yeah. Like, what were they cooking? Yeah, no, I remember our prime minister, or like have I told you we have 7 presidents?
7?
Yeah, we have a council of presidents.
Wow.
And they all like are responsible for one part of society, and they rotate every year. And every 4 years, we get to like vote a few of them out and in. And the guy who was in charge, like the head of the council, and that year was like a French guy who just refused to speak anything but French in a country with 4 languages. And I remember during COVID, he was like, "Oh yeah, we're gonna make sure that this is like a regulated approach based on science." And then when the science told him to like, take security measures, he was like, "No, not like that."
Damn.
Yeah.
It goes to show you, man. Every country.
Yeah, every country has its baggage.
Yeah, I do think it's easy, especially for Americans, to get deluded into thinking that like America is the worst. And I say America is the worst, usually hyperbolically, but also because I am from here and I'm not from other countries, so it's easier for me to hate America. But I would say America is pretty, in comparison to a lot of nations, pretty solid. In terms of first world countries, it's probably like bottom tier.
I think the problem is just that America is so big that you can not like do a full, because like when we say America, are we talking about California or Florida?
Oh, sorry, no. When I'm talking about America, I'm talking about everything but California. Okay.
Yeah, because like that's the thing, right? Because Florida is currently devolving into some sort of weird Nazi state, and the rest of America is at varying degrees of that.
Yeah.
Like it's easy to say, oh, Switzerland is one thing because we're fucking 8 million people. Also, this is probably the fact that you will be most amused by. Switzerland is divided into 3 sections, like geographically. The section I live in, as well as the most populated one, is called the Midlands.
Damn.
Yeah. Fucking fantasy world ass name. Anyway, I should go.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, you should go.
Absolutely, man. You take care of yourself. You get well soon.
Yeah.
You sound very tired.
I'm trying my best, man.
Hey, man, you take good care of Chat. Chat will take good care of you. And I'll see you around, my man. Take care.
All right, man. Later.
Yeah, play some Monster Hunter.
It's been a while. I'm sorry. A bunch of games came out that I've been playing because I've been waiting for them for a really long time.
Have you been playing Tears of the Kingdom?
No, not that one.
Yeah, I can't wait to fucking buy that for $80 legally. All right, man. Take care.
All right, later, dude.
Be safe. Bye.
They're banning books in Florida and firing trans people in Texas for wearing t-shirts instead of feminine clothing. We're fucked. And I want it on the record that all the people who go, California sure does suck. No, it doesn't, dude. Okay. No, it doesn't. When you've got that shit going on in those states, I never want to hear you disrespect California again, okay? Alright, guys, Ocean Man is gone. Stream's over. I'm just kidding. California too hot? Well, yeah, that's true. Yeah, we'll be watching it. Don't worry, chat. How would you feel Toya lives? That's goofy. So was the chapter good? Yeah, it was good. Waiting for Shoto. Hello, not available. I see you've even changed your YouTube chat profile picture. Read any good Weekly Shonen Jump manga lately? No, I don't really read anything in Weekly Shonen Jump anymore, to be honest. Oh, Akane Banashi is good, though. Yeah. I haven't read that recently, but when I did read it, it was fire. Oh, Zach the Mask. Ian has to run so far, he's different. How do you feel about being called someone who utilizes linear thinking? Yeah, I don't think they know what that means. Have you been reading Chainsaw Man? No. I've not been keeping up with part 2. Not for any particular reason, it's just... I don't really read things weekly. I read My Hero Academia weekly, for better or for worse, and then I read JJK Leaks weekly, and I catch up in bursts, and then I read everything else in big chunks, except for ReZero. Lol. Thoughts on Oshi no Ko? Episode 1 starts off terrible, and then it ends very well, and then episodes like 2 and 3 or 4 or whatever, I don't remember how many episodes are out, are nothing to write home about. The answer is, it's okay. I've been watching Vinland instead. If you were a public park in the middle of a neighborhood, what kind of stuff would you have on you and why? So are you asking me if I was a public park? Or if I was in a public park? Yes, Andrew, the first 10 minutes of Oshi no Ko are genuinely dog shit. I almost dropped it. I came very close to dropping it. If I was a park? I don't know, man. I don't know. I wonder what the color page will be. Probably some shit out of his personal files that we don't want to see. I'd have 7 swings. Pog. What if you were at a seasonal festival? Chat, what are you cooking? I haven't read Sakamoto Days. That's the only one I haven't peeped at all, actually. What if I was an MHA fictional character? I would be off-screened. Villain Saga is my current priority. Because it's good. It's like a solid 8 right now. With that last episode I just watched, it might be an 8.5 to be honest. Episode 18 was fucking insane. Something about animes in episode 18, man. Something about that number. Did you read its manga? No, I can't read. When music is playing, this is Donkey Kong 64 music. Alright, chat. So, for context, okay. This is Manga Man Drew. I do know this guy, in that, I have blocked him on both YouTube and Twitter, because he's the kind of guy who has My Hero Academia, like, I don't know if he has, like, alarm bells in his room that go off every time that somebody mentions it in a negative light, but you criticize MHA, he's there. Okay? You say something in real life, He's there. Now, of course, this does not give you guys an excuse to attack him. Do not attack him. Unless he does in this video, which I don't think he does. I haven't watched it, but no, some people said he hasn't attacked anyone, so. Just because we disagree about a manga, it's not that deep, you know? So. I had a thought that Hori flopped yesterday, saw him out my window. So we're gonna watch this response video to my Iron Might video. It's probably not gonna be very good. I see the usual suspects in the comments, and then there's Naya, MHA jacket, MHA posters, including fan art, decked out in MHA merch. This is about to be the most biased response on the planet. Get him. So, I just thought that context was important to understand the kind of person that we are talking to, or talking about. I don't know which one you would rather say. So here we go. I'm not getting copyright struck for that. Okay, hang on. We're fast forwarding until the intro's over. Will you ever read Berserk? I mean, probably not. Sorry, chat. I was just trying to scroll through, so I don't know if this is gonna get me copyright struck. So, dude, how long is this fucking intro, bro? Okay, here we go.
Hey guys, how's it?
Okay, Naya wasn't joking. MHA art, MHA art, MHA. Is that One Piece? I don't know. MHA jacket. Got it. Okay. Just so we understand the caliber that we're working with here.
How's it going? It is your boy.
Also, I do own MHA merch. I have a bunch of volumes, and I have an MHA mask, which my brother actually got me. It was a different time.
Manga Man Drew, and I'm here to do a different kind of video today. And what video am I doing? Well, it's going to be a sort of rebuttal / retort video to a specific YouTuber's video when it pertains to a...
Every single one of those background items are hung wrong? Are they? Looks fine to me, I don't know.
Development when it comes to All Might as a
It's the masculine urge to fuck up your lineups, I don't know.
And if you haven't seen the video, I would recommend go watching it before you come
to
this video, because I am going to be critiquing and breaking down some aspects and some critiques that this YouTuber makes about the series so far, and really give my own thoughts.
I don't know why. My first thought was like, why won't you just say my name? Am I like fucking Voldemort?
On why these interpretations may not be
the poster is crinkled? I mean, whatever.
Series at large. So, with that, let's just dive right into it and really talk about the video in question. And the video in question is how My Hero Academia ruined...
You guys see like these little black bumps on the arrow? That's because for some reason the stroke tool added a bunch of black bumps, and I got too lazy to fix them all.
All Might, by the YouTuber named Asaratha HS, or
10,000.
calling him Asa HS for short.
10,000.
And to pretty much go into the summary of this video, he believes that the most recent chapter as of this video being uploaded when it comes to the proper translations is manga chapter 387 or 386.
True. That is the chapter.
And the main critique of this video is the idea that the ending of this chapter ruins All Might's character, and I'm going to be...
No. That's not the argument, actually. No. I never said that, actually. So, titles and thumbnails are not necessarily representative of somebody's actual opinion. So, this is kind of like YouTube shit 101, and a lot of people still don't really understand it. Let me think of an example here. Let me scroll through my shit and think of an example. I know there's one video that's a very pertinent example of this. So, I have a video called "Why Did Chainsaw Man Fail?" with regards to its anime. Do I think Chainsaw Man failed? I mean, It's more nuanced than that. Not really, but people think it failed. People are looking up why did Chainsaw Man fail, so I called it Why Did Chainsaw Man Fail. Now the title of the video is How My Hero Academia Ruined All Might. Is because, oh yeah, that's another one. The video about Toga is actually a video about Ochako because the YouTube research tab shows that people look up Toga more than they do Ochako. So that one's like branded around Toga. So no, I don't think My Hero Academia ruined All Might. I think My Hero Academia has the potential to ruin All Might, and that's just nuance that's not captured in the title because it's the title of a video. There we go.
Be discussing why that is actually not the case and why, most likely than not, this ending very much heavily plays into who the character of All Might, or should I say who Toshinori is. So most likely,
I disagree.
there are going to be spoilers from the manga and most likely some spoilers from the most recent chapters, but for the most part I will be sticking to the points that he makes in this video and anything that comes before chapter 386, 387, and what I'm pretty much going to do is show clips that he makes within the video and then give my arguments against it and give a little bit more better understanding of why this may be a...
This also, hearing him speak for the first time is so mind-blowing because I really thought that English wasn't his first language. Because the way he types is like almost incomprehensible sometimes. Like trying to read what he says is sometimes just impossible.
Very much misinterpretation of this series' main themes and ideas as a whole. And without the way, let's just dive right into it with the first thing that I really want to talk about.
What's next for the previous symbol of peace? Why did All Might not simply die at Kamino? When will we get to see him in action again? My Hero Academia, unfortunately, has contradictory answers to these questions.
And to start off, he brings up this idea that there are two different sides of the story that are being contradictory. But the issue with this idea is that it's...
Dude, I didn't even get to make an argument yet. What? I didn't even, like, get to make an argument yet. Like, what the fuck? I didn't even get to, like, say anything.
It's actually not contradictory because both answers can exist in the same story, which will be discussed later. But to expand on what he means in this moment, it's the idea that when it comes to Toshinori All Might as a character, that the story is pushing him towards the idea that he shouldn't be a hero on the front line, but should be a hero in other means. And that having him act as a hero that is fighting on the front lines contradicts the idea that the story is building up that he should be a hero that works on the sidelines and works in these other forms of heroism. And pretty much, that is exactly the opposite of what the story is trying to
No! Oh my god, you're so fucking
say,
wrong.
and we will
What?
be discussing that a little bit later on.
And before comic book fans get mad at me again, yes, I understand that comics are more nuanced than this. Blame Horikoshi, not me.
And he brings up this argument when it comes to comic books and when it
Is this real? Is this like a real response video? Is this real? Dude.
comes to nuances and how he believes that comics now are very much nuanced, which is the case. However, if we look at the comic that All For One was inspired by, this is most likely inspired by older comics, which are not as nuanced as the ones that we have right
Okay.
now. And when it comes to the comic books that we see that inspired All For One,
This isn't even an argument. Like, what?
they seem to be very simplistic in nature and are reminiscent of older cartoons where the villains are
I'm not the one mad about Horikoshi portraying people as simple, okay? Because that's like the point to me.
objectively bad while the heroes are objectively good.
So let us recap All Might's journey. He was forced to confront the dangerous lack of self-worth his reign gave him through Midoriya, and while stumbling through the dark looking for a purpose, is told by two separate people that his presence alone can inspire greatness, that he has more than the power he once had, and to find his value in this new world. So can someone explain to me why, for the love of fucking God, him going out in an ass-pulled suit of armor is the solution?
And here's where we're getting to how Asa interprets All Might's
Yeah, you skipped like my entire interpretation of... Okay.
journey and how this may be a actual misinterpretation of the actual journey that All Might goes through. Because All Might's journey, or should I say Toshinori's, is realizing that he can still be a hero without power, aka a quirk, but this does not mean that he has to be a hero on the sidelines and not in the middle of battle.
Yeah, it does.
story is not saying that All Might should find another way to be a hero without
Yeah,
a quirk, but that he still can be a hero without a quirk in other ways, and that he can still be a fighter on the front line because that's just who he is.
No. Who he is no, dude. How am I the only person? How am I the only person who understands Villain Hunt? I thought I was the Villain Hunt hater. I don't understand. All Might's the way that All Might was portrayed as All Might was not a positive thing. Well, okay, it was partly positive, but it was reckless, and that was embodied by Deku. Like, that's Villain Hunt. That was the entire Villain Hunt arc. That was the point of it.
Deep down, Toshinori is a hero, but will sacrifice his life to save others.
Does it fit into the themes of... yeah. That doesn't mean that this is good. Of utilizing other methods of heroism? No, absolutely not, as this is the same old reckless and destructive behavior that the All Might of the past would have exemplified.
And here's the thing. The answer to this question is yes, because fighting on the front line is still a method of heroism. And
Yes, and he shouldn't do it.
while yes, this is similar to his reckless nature that Toshinori exemplifies, what Toshinori exemplifies is the selflessness, which is what heroism is all about. And at this moment, he is being self-sacrificing and...
No, he's being contradictory to his character arc. You guys notice how he is arguing against my point after cutting out like 30% of my video? Like, and how I spoke about why this is not the answer?
selfless. All Might would be reckless if he went into this fight without a way to fight, or if he was heavily injured before he fought All For One.
Putting his life on the line in an otherwise losing battle goes against everything All Might has represented over Act 2 and 3. But it was 40% maybe.
And here's the thing about this part. No, it does not.
Yeah,
Literally
it does.
Every
it does.
hero that continues to fight post the Paranormal Liberation War arc, and even in the Second War, are literally fighting a losing battle. The reason why they could...
Not really. Villains are kind of getting their asses kicked, bro.
continue to fight is because they are inspired by All Might. If Toshinori did not fight in a losing battle, then he goes against who he is. The battle he has at common...
You can fight in a losing battle without fighting literally. You ever think about that?
No, was a losing battle because he had no power left because he transferred his power to Deku, but continued to fight because that's what heroes do. The idea to go beyond plus ultra embodies continuing to fight a losing battle until you find the strength to push onward towards victory.
Yes, but the point is he should be pushing onwards in a different way.
Putting his life on the line in a losing battle is literally what every user of One For All has done prior to Toshinori.
And it's reckless, and it's been proven reckless. And you're not supposed to go out there and do reckless shit on your own. That's villain hunt.
Even then, that's what it means to be a hero. Even if you know that you can't win the battle or that you might lose, you still continue to fight.
Not a fight in a different way. Single person interpreted this as going out and risking his own life in a potentially fruitless attempt to halt the strongest man in the world because All Might's character does not exist in the vacuum of random dialogue pulled out of your ass to justify garbage.
And here's the thing about this point. No one in the manga interpreted Toshinori's arc this way because they don't have the concept of actual character arcs.
Dog, I'm not talking about characters, I'm talking about meta-contextually. What are you talking about? Why would I use the word interpret for characters? That doesn't make any sense. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. What?
In the story. They do recognize that characters do change.
Dude, what? You're so lost. I don't think you understand what my video's about at all.
But not in the sense of them having a quote-unquote character arc. And of course, in this moment, no one interprets this as putting his life on the line because what he is saying and what he is thinking are two different things. He isn't saying what he's thinking at this moment.
I don't use dialogue. I don't use dialogue to justify my points entirely. No, I also use the... What are you saying?
He is not saying it out loud. And when it comes to this interpretation...
Chat, I'm sorry, I have no idea what he's talking
outside of
about.
the story, many people, including myself, believe this as a possibility based off the dialogue that you are trying to throw away and discredit.
You have to prove it then. I'm not gonna lie to you, chat. I'm 100% serious. If anybody claims that back during Villain Hunt they saw this coming, I want proof or I don't believe them.
Also, that dialogue is not random. It literally comes from the self-reflection Toshinori had after his conversation with...
I know it's not random. The point is that one dialogue thing doesn't justify going against everything before.
Stain. The one when he realized that nothing made him more powerful than his own ideals and belief. That the power...
Yeah, wow. His own ideals and beliefs is what make him powerful. I wonder what that means. Must go out in an Iron Man suit, I guess.
was not the core of who All Might was.
Huh. It had nothing to do with powers or
It
quirks.
was Toshinori. Which ties into the idea that his main objective was not to find other ways to be a hero,
What is Culture Festival? What is Remedial Course? What is the Final War Arc?
but learn that he is still a hero without powers or without a quirk. And this one singular panel of inner dialogue disproved the idea that Toshinori's journey does not involve actively being
No.
on the front line. Yes, there are other ways to be a hero, but that does not mean that they are the best ways to be a hero for Toshinori. The story
But it is, though.
gives other options for Toshinori to be a hero in different ways, but fighting the bad guy was never not an option. The story is saying that these are other ways to be a hero, not that these other ways are better or that Toshinori should only do it these other ways.
What is the bench scene? Question mark. It's in the world of My Hero Academia that has spent countless arcs and chapters reinforcing that there are other ways to be a hero.
And I feel as if I'm repeating myself from this point because, once again, while there are other ways to be a hero shown in the series, Toshinori's journey is realizing that he does not need a quirk to be a hero, either
No.
via other methods or his initial method of fighting on the front line. Providing possible alternatives to heroics does not mean a person can't do the original idea of heroics, aka fighting the bad
A quirkless guy going against All for One. Yeah, that's kind of what that means,
guy.
actually.
That's like saying someone who wants to be a doctor pursuing the line of veterinary medicine can't be a doctor when it comes to medicine, or a doctor when it comes to...
Those two are so unbelievably not analogous, it's not even funny.
dentistry solely because those alternatives are presented to him. They can still follow down the same path, but recognize that there are other paths that they could potentially go down.
His own heroics even in MVA when he tried to save that woman from the falling pole. He practices his own heroics.
And I want to bring up this small snippet here because this proves the idea that Toshinori at his core will try and help people without powers. He did not realize
I agree. So he shouldn't use the mecha suit.
it at this moment because he was still focused on and believed he needed power to be a hero.
And after experiencing technically a defeat, All Might had found his purpose off of the battlefield, and it didn't require power.
And this part right here pretty much solidifies the idea that Asa HS has for All Might's journey, and it's the idea that Toshinori found his purpose outside of combat. And no, Toshinori did not find his purpose outside of combat.
When did he fight then? Oh, just Iron Might, yep.
He found another purpose, but it was never his sole purpose. His purpose was and will always be to be a hero.
And being a hero isn't only through fighting. Like, it's not that hard.
Whether or not that's being a support hero or a hero that fights on the front line. Toshinori
And he's not equipped to fight on the front lines. He has no quirk. The Iron Man suit was an ass pull. And if you didn't cut out, you know, my entire argument, like my entire setup, which is why I don't do like reaction videos, by the way, if anyone was curious. That's why I do these streams, is because I'm not gonna fucking cut somebody off accidentally or cut out some crucial part of somebody's argument. he pretty much entirely cut out the fact that Toshinori as a hero isolated himself, and he pushed himself, I didn't mention it in this video, but in my other All Might video, he pushed himself to the point where, in Vigilantes, like, Night Eye was like, dude, you need to, like, stop. You just stop doing that. And then All Might fell, right? And so Toshinori was all that was left. And he was basically forced to watch the aftermath of what he had accomplished. He would hide everything behind a smile. And I mean that was explicitly confirmed in episode 1 or chapter 1 or whatever you want to call it. And that very smile is found on the ground in Villain Hunt, okay? And all he can think about is how he wishes that he had told him that he understands the pain he is going through. Because this is effectively him confronting the reign of All Might. The reign of All Might is stifling your own feelings. Going out and doing reckless shit, right? Basically killing yourself for the sake of others. And it's not that self-sacrifice is bad. Because it's definitely not. Self-sacrifice, to some extent, is good. But the extent that Deku and All Might took it to is too far. That's what Villain Hunt was about.
Nori is learning that both are equally important to his ideals of what it means to be a hero, whether or not he has a quirk or not.
As Stain and Aizawa put it required Toshinori Yagi to be himself.
And when it comes to this point, Toshinori being himself is literally going out and fighting the bad guy. He said it himself. He could not stand by when he saw destruction around him. Stain tells Toshinori to come after him, and Aizawa told Toshinori to remain the same brash person he always was.
It's crazy to me that we focus so much on All Might fighting when he didn't fight to fight. He fought for heroism. And fighting isn't the only way to express heroism. And no amount of, oh, but he used to fight is going to change that for me. The point is, like I've said 100 times, in Villain Hunt, All Might for the first time was on the outside looking in. He got to experience firsthand what it was like to work with All Might. And he realized that it's not very cool. The people you love and the people that love you will worry about you for just killing yourself. And if that means sitting on the sidelines, just, commanding an entire war, then that's better than this. But I already know this video is not operating in good faith, considering that the entire start is cut, so.
For these ideas to occur, Toshinori has to fight.
Also, the reason why he's making a reply video is because he can't comment on my YouTube videos. So.
On the battlefield, because that's just who he is. Heck, we see that even—
No, it's who he was, man. It's who All Might was. But it's not who he should be anymore. All Might should not be a static character.
And when he lost his—
Also, God, she sucks.
his power, he's still constantly trained so that he can continue to be stronger. He didn't need to train if he was solely going to be on the sidelines as a support hero. He trained because he realized and knows that he is a hero that wants to be on the front line because that's where he believes he can save the most people.
Yeah, but he shouldn't be.
Or at least save the people that are most important to him.
This line right here from All Might talks about how this has always been his battle, and that is such a slap in the face to everything that had come before. The theme of passing the torch has now been usurped nearly 3 times in this series alone.
And this point is very interesting because Toshinori is still passing the torch over to Deku because he's passing on the torch by instilling the ideals into Deku and the rest of Class 1A. The battle that he's having right now is not the battle between All For One and One For All, but All For One the person versus Toshinori the hero. The torch of All For One versus One For All was passed on to Deku when he's fighting against Tomura Shigaraki. Endeavor wanted Shoto to surpass All Might for his own personal goal, while Shoto wanted to spite his father, but still acted to be a hero outside of his father's wants and dreams. If anything, Shoto got the torch from All Might, not Endeavor, because Shoto...
Okay, we're done. We're done with that video. How's everyone doing, chat? Oh, a little loud. Just a bad faith, intentional misunderstanding of points. And hearing that actually Endeavor didn't pass the torch to Shoto is insane. It's just insane. If you have to cut out the entire premise of a video to respond to it, that's not a good start. Basically, from the 8 minutes that I watched, his response to my take is, "Oh, but no, All Might wants to go out there and fight." Not realizing that I have a problem with him going out and fighting. I don't like that he's doing that. Like, I don't think he should be doing that. Because I want his character to be different. And I find it contradictory to previous stuff. Now, would you... So, okay, actually, you know what? I'll just pull it up. I'll go to 326 right now. Where's the dialogue that literally... Oh, no, actually, the dialogue's in 327, isn't it? Right. So... This page is what everyone uses to justify Iron Might. I'll crawl through the mud if that's what it takes, to join this fight with them, to follow these kids wherever that inner flame leads them, to see them along that journey. So... People take this part and say Iron Might because they want to ignore this part. To follow these kids wherever that inner flame leads them, to see them along that journey. It's a very intentional bad faith, out of context dialogue thing. That's why I said dialogue you pull out of your ass. Because they intentionally take the first half of the quote out of context, because the second half makes them look bad. Yeah, you're gonna make a rebuttal video and you're gonna skip most of the rebuttal. Or you're gonna skip most of the video. Like, the entire video has a 5-minute long setup section before I get into why I don't like it. And you don't at all go over my setup. At all. Like, where's my script? Hang on. So, this is the script, chat. He skipped this. He skipped this. Skipped this. Skipped this. Skipped this. Skipped this. Skipped this. Skipped most of this. This is all of the video that was skipped. He skipped nearly half of the video. To argue about my points that I built up and act like they were baseless. You're gonna start beef with him on this? No, if he responds again, then he's just getting ignored. So. Because this guy has never operated in good faith. He just wants to defend My Hero Academia, that's all. There were a couple of funny tweets that I remembered him making, so I went back and I looked at them. So with regards to 327, he says the reunion with Deku was not a focus between the separation was more on All Might and his issues than with Deku. So, I mean, this person will defend anything. As long as it has the My Hero Academia brand. It would be an interesting question if he does watch this, which he probably won't. Can you name 5 things about My Hero Academia you dislike? That's what I want to know. Somebody asked me if I could name 5 things I dislike about ReZero. I definitely could. Oh. And Bubba was talking to him earlier about Deku's self-sacrificial nature. I hate this argument. Deku's self-sacrificial nature is very much like All Might, true. Something Deku was born with. It's so annoying when My Hero Academia goes out of its way with My Villain Academia to introduce a theme of nature versus nurture just for people to go, oh, Deku was just born this way. Yeah, he was just born good. Like, he was just born self-sacrificial and heroic. Like, I do think some level of self-sacrifice is fine, but there's an easy way to know if there's too much. Can I send you a video that criticizes the beginning of MHA? Yeah, you can post it in Discord. Oh, shit. Is it not gonna play the... Okay. The same way that Baku was born a bully? True. True. What channel on Discord? I posted an MHA manga. I'll take a look. Sorry, I got curious and now I'm looking up what he thinks about the racism bloodline. Oh, golly gee. We know that change can happen without marginalized group activity taking action against the persecutors via the civil rights movement? Oh, brother. Oh, golly gee. He doesn't know. He doesn't know, chat. Same way Ida was born with a brother, true. Chat, don't show him this. Chat, don't show him this. Chat, don't let him know. Chat, don't let him know. Chat, don't tell him. Never ask an MHA defender their opinions on the civil rights movement. Wakanda forever, Papa. She's so fucking white, dude. You see the Black Panther party and your first thought is fucking Marvel. The boom was so delayed. Yeah, it does that sometimes. It's broken on YouTube. I just have the video on Discord. Alright, I'll check it out in a second. Rohan, you got the Discord in trouble for posting Icarus tweets, bro. That was kind of funny. Yeah, Icarus was upset that you were getting screenshots of his tweets from the ass Accord. Nothing, it's just a bunch of MHA tweets. People were mad because people talk about takes. It's not a big deal. They were cooking me for calling him a moron. Bobby, you'll just get cooked for anything, it doesn't matter. The video was posted 2 years ago? Oh, the one in Discord? Does Icarus happen to know that Twitter has a logout feature? Does he happen to know that there's an incognito window? Dude is upset his public opinion has been shared publicly. I mean, I kind of get it. I kind of used to be the same way, to be honest. But I'm not anymore. It is a little bit different for me now because I am a public figure. So, like, people are going to be talking about me no matter what, so it's whatever. Oh, yeah. Yeah. The point I am making is that Rocklock would have most likely have had little experience with racism or discrimination to the level of genocide, and that no amount of justification allows for the mutant-based queer people to act like the people have... that people have... Okay. Bakudegos are posting a tweet from 2 years ago of me calling Hori a fraud. Just stand by it, dude. Who cares? Wait, let me see the full context of what he's talking about, just so I don't take him out of context. Okay, it's not any better. What he is showing is that no matter how... I'm pretty sure it's supposed to say marginalized. He is showing that no matter how marginalized a group is, it means nothing if they are literally doing the exact same thing done upon them. What a fucking take. Holy. Holy. Wait, what? Rocklock may have no idea about racism in America if he is Japanese or African? Guys, I'm pretty sure most people know about racism in America. Are you okay? No, I'm ill. I've had a cold for like a week. So yes, chat. I hope this clears up why I have him blocked every time he tries to communicate with me. He's right, there is nothing that would justify the mutants committing genocide, however, I don't see how that's relevant to the argument, yeah. Genocide is bad, but good thing that's not what they're doing. That's the same guy who reacted to your All My video? Yes. This is why I have him blocked, because he does not have good takes, man. MHA activists are so funny till they get racist. And see, I'm mad because, like, his video about my video, like, wasn't even good. You know, like, it wasn't even worth talking about because he just took the entire video, like, half out of context, so... It wasn't even substantial to reply to. The Seth guy blocked you? Wow. He hasn't even blocked me. I'm surprised. Sorry, chat. I'm looking at my Steam wishlist. This game I have wishlisted just went live. Oh no, it's on sale. Oh, it's getting its ass beat. Jesus. That's tough. Okay, well. I was hoping that there would be a better video to watch, but unfortunately. You know he dwells in like Shonen and Chill's comment sections, right, Asa? Yes, I am aware. He used to dwell in my comment section, and he dwells in the Shonen and Chill Discord. I was one tweet away from getting mass blocked by the Hori Squad. Post the tweet sync in my chat first, so we can all vet it. This video is sponsored by Surfshark. Wait, hang on, I gotta... This was weeks ago? Fucking wimp. Bubba would have posted it, that's all I'm saying. The link to your Discord is broken? Is it? Shouldn't be. Considering people are still joining. This one? Okay. My Hero Academia, The Importance of Characters was 2 years ago, so this was around Villain Hunt time, I think.
Surfshark
Or a little bit after.
Guys, I'm gonna be real. After months of kind of being soaked in it, whether intentionally or not, the drama-related content is really not what I want to get into for a while. I mean, there's just so much hate, contempt, and annoying fans to deal with at every corner.
True.
Sometimes we all just gotta step back and understand the more you feed into something, the more likely it can consume you. It's gotten me so tuckered out over the past few months, so I want to step away and talk about something not nearly as toxic, some good old reviews.
Pog.
And to start that off, I'm gonna talk about something heavily requested these past few months that I know will have no negative backlash, My Hero Academia. Yes, I know.
Me?
No one has really talked about obscure old MHA, but there's quite a lot I want to say about it, so I hope you'll humor me as I go into the depths. I've got a really good feeling about how this will go, so buckle up as we talk about My Hero Academia.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Well, that went about as well as I expected it to. My Hero Academia, or Boku no Hero Academia for all you true intellectuals, assholes, is a property that I have a sort of connection to. For anyone out of the know, MHA is an anime and manga series written by Kohei Horikoshi and animated by Studio Bones about a world where superheroes are an everyday commodity. About 80% of the population has a power, or as it's called in this world, a quirk. It could range from body mutations to power-up abilities, or you could just be invisible, which, when it's an ability that you can't turn off, sounds like the stuff of true nightmares. Anyway, as society grew to have a higher percentage of quirky
When does the summary end?
anime, or even a passing anime fan, that sounds like a pretty basic description for a shonen action series.
True.
And that's true. At its core, it's a pretty basic, some might even say generic concept, but it's best to remember that any concept can be done well if it has the right execution. The Emoji Movie wasn't terrible because of concept alone. It was about the people working on it.
Fair warning, as a Mirio fan,
about
I
Lego
expected
figures or a story about cloves being alive really sound like something that could amount to anything on its own? No, it's who makes it. Any concept can sound dumb if you word it right, but if you have competent people who have a vision behind it, anything can be worthwhile, and My Hero Academia sure captivated an audience. It seems like every year nowadays there's always at least one anime that gets imported over here, which Western audiences of all kinds go for, and that's usually thanks to attractiveness towards certain groups. One Punch Man brought in Kick-Ass and Deadpool fans, Attack on Titan got the Game of Thrones audience, Demon Slayer caught traction in the West off its pure hype from Japan, Tokyo Ghoul got...
It was okay.
Tumblrites. And in a year like 2016, when superhero movies were at an all-time high in hype, we got some big hits like Deadpool and Civil War, but we also got some duds like Batman v Superman and Suicide Squad. So it would only make sense the public would go anywhere for the chance of getting some good old sky-high action, and MHA was there to fill that niche. So if it could get so big in the West, you can only imagine how big it got among anime fans. People stand the shit out of My Hero Academia, and by the end of the second season, it hit an all-time high in popularity, and then it hit a much higher high by the end of its third. And needless to say, it's still a giant in the anime industry, while people are
using Google Trends.
Still waiting for season
Not the best
5.
one.
And with such a big following comes a just as large, highly vocal fan base. And like
So wait, let me see. Google Trends. I mean, you could just chart volume sales. That's what I do usually. My Hero Academia. So if I had to guess, my guess is that Google Trends is going to show that it's trended down, which isn't really accurate. Indeed. This is the past 5 years. 2018, oh, it goes up, goes up, goes up, and it goes down. Even though technically this is actually the period where My Hero Academia is its most popular. But yeah.
Like any normal person, it's something I fear beyond belief. It's a fan base I know quite well from being a big fan of the show back when it first released, so let a veteran say this. This is gonna be some dangerous shit. I expected backlash on my Demon Slayer video, and I've gotten dislike bombed before as well, but this could be on a completely different level if I don't tread a fine line. If I go too far out in one direction, the firing squad will be ready, the stands will raid my office, and they'll probably indict me on war crimes, but I'm still
Hey,
gonna
I'm not
try
a
to
stan,
not
okay,
hold
we're
back
safe.
anything. So for real this time, let's talk about My Hero Academia, and heavy spoilers for the anime are inbound for anyone who cares. But before that, have you ever wondered if people are
No.
lead Izuku Midoriya, or Deku as his hero name goes? No!
Oh, that music is way too loud. Okay.
Don't play the Ocarina of Time music here. Nintendo's an evil bastard, and if you're planning on making a joke relating to Deku nuts and Zelda, please don't do that.
True.
But yeah, Izuku, Yeah, he's the main character, I guess. At first, I thought it was quite interesting how he was this sort of underdog among a world of people who could crush him by blinking, and it would be interesting to see how he answered the question of, can a person be a hero without a super powerful quirk? And he was able to
Yeah, you get an Iron Man suit.
find that answer, which is yes. Yes, you do. I didn't think about this when I watched it as a naive 12-year-old, but doesn't it seem kind of weird how Izuku poses this great question that could be explored upon by him as a quirkless kid, and it's almost immediately dashed when Izuku is given the power? Like, in episode 1, Izuku gets told to kill himself
The answer is no.
by his best friend with exploding powers. He's pretty down, and after All Might saves Izuku from a slime monster, he poses the question to All Might, and he says, nah, you should work at the police or some shit. Then the same slime monster gets out and gets a hold of explodey kid Bakugo. This is supposed to be the inciting incident where we see Izuku's character in action and the story really gets kicking. With All Might out of power and heroes in the area not being able to get close, Izuku is the only person to try to just rush in and save Bakugo. This moment is supposed to cement why Izuku is supposed to be the main character and wherever you have the power, etc. The logic is that all good heroes have their legs just start moving to stop a crisis, but what Izuku did wasn't really hero-like at all. The reason the other heroes were staying back was to not have anyone die, and Izuku just kind of jeopardized the mission by rushing in without a plan and only really—
I mean, that's why All Might liked him, bro. It's because the shit that All Might used to do. And should no longer do. Horikoshi.
making the situation worse by him being there. It would have been cool if maybe he used all of his knowledge over the years to, without a quirk, still take down the villain, or even just make the situation better, but all he did was throw his book bag at the monster and start scraping. Great job, Izuku. No one would have thought of that otherwise.
This is characterization, man. Like... This is just characterization.
Thinking logically,
People don't...
if Izuku could have actually defeated the slime monster on his own without a quirk, but instead using ingenuity and wit he had accumulated over a long period of time, wouldn't that have been a much better incentive for All Might to give Izuku the quirk?
I think CinemaSins has done irreparable damage to media discussion. Because CinemaSins is all about logic over characters making decisions. People, and by extension characters, are not fully logical, okay? We don't always make the correct decisions. Now that would be a CinemaSins mark, because you should be, I guess, but you're not. Except for me. Okay? People make bad decisions all the time. Midoriya made a self-sacrificial, stupid, reckless, dumb decision for a good reason. And that reason is what appealed to All Might's heart. You know who else had this argument for another character? Pencil with Ochako.
Quirk of one for
It's way more... A story is just way more interesting when characters make bad decisions. Is it okay All Might went back to fight because it was illogical? I mean, you could argue that, but I would disagree. Because, like, we're at the end of the story, right? This is where character arcs are supposed to be paying off. This is after Villain Hunt. This is after when All Might is supposed to encounter that his self-sacrificial nature does damage to the people around him. And I feel like having pure illogical decisions at the end of a story when you don't get to see the ramifications of them is cringe. I am also willing to I'm a little bit more charitable to more illogical or impossible things at the start of a series, right? Because the inciting incident of a story almost usually always relies on some contrivance, right? Like, Deku running into All Might is a contrivance, but it's the one that starts the story. Itadori, like, encountering a finger of Sukuna is a contrivance, but, like, it's what starts the story, so it's whatever. Subaru being isekai'd and immediately, like, running into someone like Amelia is a contrivance, but it's what starts the story, so.
For all, because he's shown that he could be a hero without a quirk, and therefore if he had the quirk, who knows what he could do?
Let me correct myself. Subaru running into Amelia might be a contrivance. Put an asterisk on that one.
But nah, he just sort of charged at him because he wanted to save Bakugan. If he had no way to help at all, he wasn't being heroic, he was just being dumb. This was a huge missed opportunity to show that Izuku could still handle himself in a tough situation.
I disagree. I think it's just a different characterization.
through his countless hours of fanboying as foreshadowed and shown in the beginning, but no, he's just a dumbass. The only reason Bakugo and Izuku didn't die then and there was because All Might saved them, and on a small side note there, it was also a bit of a bad first impression for All Might because after he lost the slime monster he was thinking, oh god, I'm barely even a hero, what could I even do to help? And like, dude, you've been a professional hero for how long now? You're telling me you've never lost a perp before? I don't know, that just sort of annoyed me. Anyway.
What? I don't understand this point. You don't think that he doesn't beat himself up every time he does that?
Anyway, yeah, I found it a quite weak foundation to base a character around, but thankfully, Izuku's entire character theme of self-sacrifice does have some good moments afterwards. Such as,
Okay.
I don't know, 3 episodes later where self-sacrifice is much better exemplified when Izuku harms himself to face a challenging enemy for someone else that he actually had a chance of and ended up defeating.
Yes, Inspector Snake, that is the point.
In the sports festival, he repeatedly breaks his hand, leading to permanent damage and tons of pain, all to help Todoroki realize his true self. In the training camp arc, he fights Muscular for
Sports Festival, he loses.
Koda's sake, and
When he could have won.
wins despite the likelihood he'd lose and being basically out of commission the entire arc. The first
Forest Training was also kind of a loss. He beat Muscular, but like he is like a win the battle, lose the war kind of thing.
impression is still really important to the story though, and the fact All Might chooses Izuku to hold his power because of this event feels unearned and completely missing an opportunity to see Izuku develop without a quirk at all and still be able to succeed despite that. Besides,
Wasn't that the entire training thing though? Like the training arc where they hung out for like months together, and Deku had to prove that he was gonna like build up his body and shit. I feel like that was kind of glossed over.
besides that, Izuku is just an alright main character. The aspect of handling One for All and getting used to the power while making it his own was somewhat interesting. It's also nice to see him never really stop improving on the ability and upgrading any way he can. Plus, that leads to more costumes and therefore more merchandise to sell. I also enjoyed seeing him become more confident and stand up to Bakugo, but he was pretty much able to do that like 6 episodes in, so him continuing to do that multiple times over the next several dozen does kind of have a slightly gradually lessening effect on me, but other than that, I don't have much to say. Izuku's main flaw is just being an okay protagonist surrounded by people infinitely more interesting than him, especially in his class. Well, at least half of them are more interesting than him because if I'm being honest here, I barely know the other half. I generally know what their abilities are, and they've interacted a little bit with the main cast as classmates, but they never really get that much time to shine, so they start to truly feel like background ornaments. That's just
In
a
Act
problem
1?
with a show introduction like My Hero Academia, where all the characters had and still do have the potential to be interesting and likable, but we get introduced
Having new costumes is bad? No, he was just joking.
to a few too many at one time considering the way MHA likes to go about storytelling. Let me explain this by comparing it to a show I love quite dearly with a problem that's
I haven't
similar
seen
but
this.
not as bad, Assassination Classroom. The basic idea of this show is that 28 students put in a classroom for failures are tasked with killing their teacher, a man-made tentacle monster that created a hole in the moon and plans to do the
If Izuku only self-sacrifices when it's convenient for him, then it's not self-sacrifice. True.
same thing to Earth if he isn't killed by the end of the school year. This show actually has more members in their class than 1A by 8 students. Yet I feel like I know them much better thanks to the type of series the mangaka went for. While Assassination Classroom has arcs and branching character motivations that can be seen across episodes, the show is generally a comedy and much more episodic than MHA. Usually
Who in Class 1A is more interesting than Deku? Back then, arguably not a lot. Currently, Shoto, because the rest suck.
having 2 or so segments an episode. With a faster pace and in the beginning most often having a segment focused on one student in particular, we get a small glimpse into their personalities and interests, lives outside school, and how they interact with the rest of the class. Then, after the story picks up more and the class acts more as a group instead of seeing stories
Oh yeah, Ochako. I always forget Ochako was a part of Class A. I don't know why.
based around one person, we still get to see how they each might individually react to the situation based on their personalities, and that aspect of learning more about them during downtime never fades as the show always makes room for lounge time. Having too many characters is still an issue for Assassination Classroom, as some characters obviously get more attention than others, but with the style
See, back at the point in My Hero Academia he's at, I think part of the issue is expecting every single character to get shine, because they don't need to, and the issue later on is that Hori tries to do it.
of the show, I think it works much better than MHA, as the execution really helped. Now, am I saying MHA is badly executed? No, not by any means. The pacing of arcs and the story are quite good, and are able to keep a person entertained throughout the viewing experience, but MHA has always been a much more linear series. What I mean by this is so that
Not this shit again, dude. Any MHA Twitter veterans remember the criticism of linear storytelling? Does chat remember that? Anyone in chat?
Koshi can have a little bit more of a cohesive narrative, he'll either focus on a large group and have each member of that specific group have small moments, or he'll focus an entire arc around only a few characters and give them some big moments. Focusing on the bigger group side,
Having two options feels like, not linear.
parts of the sports festival arc, final exam arc, and to an extent the provisional license exam arc all have this sort of method. And this kind of style, along with its flaws, could be seen near the beginning during the brief battle trial arc, where each student is paired up with another in a team and faces the other as heroes and villains. Even with this method of larger groups with smaller moments, the majority of the arc is focused on Bakugo and Tenya Ida versus Izuku and Ochako Uraraka, having 2 of the 3 episodes solely focused on them, more specifically just Izuku and Bakugo, while Ida and Uraraka fiddle away in the background. The last episode is dedicated to showing all the other students' teams in action, but we barely see them do anything. They appear for a few seconds to
That's
maybe
'cause it's
do
not
one
dedicated
thing,
to
cut
them.
to the next team, do a thing, cut to the next team. We barely learn anything about their personalities at all because we see them for such a short time. In terms of students, the first instance of us knowing any of their personalities other than the 4 mentioned above was in the USJ arc, where we
Isn't that like 16 chapters into the series? Are we really mad that the sidecast doesn't get focused until 16 chapters in?
learned more about how Mineta and Tsuyu acted. After this segment, I had a whole list about the main focuses of each arc to sort of show a connection, but that'd be boring, so I'll just say that overall, the main characters to get development besides Ida, Izuku, Bakugo, and Uraraka were Kirishima, Mineta, Yayorozu, and Todoroki. This is because time was usually set aside for them above others to develop and have moments in the story that mattered, and while all these characters are well developed for the most part, with how much is given to them above others in these arcs which are supposed to be about smaller groups and showing their small moments, it doesn't leave nearly as much room for them to be seen by the viewer. Does this mean the whole cast can't still be likable or have good moments? Absolutely not, but many characters with potential still end up being uninteresting or underdeveloped in the long run. To show that, I'll go through every character and tell you about them. We already know Izuku, a bright, geeky anime protagonist that gets shy a lot but can step up to the plate when he needs to. He cares about his friends and nerds out a lot. Tenya Ida, a strict rule follower and caring person. He's heavily invested in school and hero work thanks to being inspired by his rich family of other well-known heroes. Thanks to this devotion, however, he can sometimes overthink a situation and be too trusting when it's with someone he's been taught to admire. Though he's a fair sport about most things, he's unafraid to get competitive and emotional when the time comes, and when something he treasures for his morals,
And he has a
his
brother.
is
True.
harmed, it can be
There he
difficult
is.
to reason with him because he's gotten into his head that this is what has to be done for the better, even if it really only benefits him in the moment. Katsuki Bakugo. From a young age, he was told the quirk he had was amazing, leading to a superiority complex where he believed everyone else was below him, making him resent Izuku for still trying to help him out despite that. Izuku admires Bakugo in a way that makes him enraged because using that admiration, he's able to surpass Bakugo in many areas, on occasion with his own movesets. This hatred is something that motivates him to continually get stronger and improve. Also, despite his aggressive outward appearance, he deeply cares about impressing and surpassing All Might, and he holds an underlying
I think saying hatred is a little...
respect for people like Uraraka that were ready to fight him at full power, along with trust towards those that have helped him in the past, such
Misleading?
as Kirishima and Kaminari. He's reckless at first glance when fighting, but he actually has great choreography and knows just what he wants to do in battling, contributing to Izuku's admiration. It's also an interesting dynamic of seeing the two slowly grow closer through fights between one another.
The two
Shono
grow closer?
Todoroki.
Interesting.
Born to surpass All Might with his intentionally created quirk, he has emotional scarring from constantly having to train with his father, the number 2 hero Endeavor. His only solace was a want to become a hero spurred on by his mother, who ended up scalding him with hot water for the side that resembled his father. For the longest time, he tried to go without using his father's side of his quirk, fire and ice, but with the help of Izuku and others, he's able to realize his quirk is his, and he's more than just his father. He
True.
doesn't show deep emotions too much, instead letting his actions speak for themselves.
Are we
and
just
in the
doing character recaps, man? Okay, I'm just gonna skip to the interesting ones then. What? Okay, I don't care about this one, but hang on.
Mineta. Okay, listen. I know there's some hate from my boy Mineta, and you know what? Fuck all of you. I like him. You
Okay, chat, we're done with this video. How's everyone doing today? We're done here. Okay, we'll cut to Ochako and then we'll... Oh, he's saving her for last, dude. He's about to go fucking ham. Is he talking about Shoji before he talks about Ochako? Did I miss it? Did he skip her? Oh wait, no, this is her right here.
It's pretty boring. Ochako or Araka. She wants to become a hero to make money for her family. She's nice, but also about as vanilla as you can get. Mashiro Ojiro.
Get fucked, Bubba. Just get fucked, dude. Every time we watch an MHA video, it's just Bubba getting his ass beat, bro. That is hella funny. Two lines for Ochako, but a whole essay for Mineta is wild. Was the chapter actually 5 pages? Nah, it's just tongue-in-cheek. It was 11 pages, and like 5 of those were recaps, so... How early in the series was this video released? Season 4, I think? Damn. The 2 videos we watched today were not cooking, chat. Wait, he was caught up to the manga? Well, I think the video was made about the anime, though, right? Because he didn't mention any, like, manga stuff or anything, so I think it was just for the manga. Mineta gets praise over Ochako? Yeah, it's not great. When he talks about the villains, he mentions MVA? Oh, okay. Wonder what his thoughts were on Toga? Maybe we shouldn't find out. Do you ever think about that? Alright, well. I got plenty of stuff to do today, so I shouldn't be around for much longer. Thank you so everyone for coming out to the stream. It was okay. Chapter was alright. If you guys haven't, you should join my Discord. We talk about stuff and things. You can follow me on Twitter, where I tweet like every few months about something that I like. Subscribe if you're not subscribed, please. And you can become a YouTube member, and every week you get a preview of a video, and you get emotes, and that's cool. And also, if you're in the Discord, your name changes color. Isn't that badass? See, like Bubba's doing right now? Bubba's a fucking bum too. He got that shit for free. He's a YouTube member bum. Happy Mother's Day. Thank you. You are all my children. I'm gonna go cough now.